Coach Vrabel, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Virtual victory shot since we're not down there this morning?
Yeah, I guess so. Do we want Stretch to do one?
Yeah. Stretch, is he right there in the office with you?
Yeah, he doesn't. He sits 3 feet from me.
Oh.
Stretch. Victory shot Monday. You ready, buddy? He's excited this morning.
All right.
Sure he is.
Okay, Stretch.
How
was it?
The best.
Congrats. Can we get
You're welcome.
Can we just get a yo from Stretch or something, just so we know it's an actual real person that's there? And,
Stretch, can they say what they want to yo from you? Just be like, yo.
I nailed it.
Told you.
What up, Stretch?
Hello, Stretch. Well, I at least on television sounded like almost like a home game yesterday. These fans travel for you, Coach.
Well, we've talked about giving them reasons to travel and reasons to cheer. We appreciate it. Certainly loved seeing everybody around the hotel when we got there and on the way to the game and at the game. And again, that's we appreciate that, and we're thankful of that. We know that that's not those trips aren't easy or cheap. You know what I mean? That those are commitments, and we appreciate that from our fans.
Mike, one of the areas where you guys really had a tremendous job was the running game.
Who is this? Hold on. Who is this? Who is this?
It's Jermaine Wiggins.
This is Jermaine Wiggins.
Former New England Patriots tight end, Jermaine Wiggins.
Oh, okay.
All right, good morning. Tell Stretch I said what's up.
He's not going to say it himself, but he is somewhat upset that Rob Gronkowski announced he will sign a one-day contract to retire as a New England Patriot tight end, and Wiggy is – I don't know if Stretch can do anything about this, but Wiggy is still waiting for his offer on that, on the one-dayer.
Wiggy, we can have you sign a blank piece of paper and make it look like it's a contract. Don't worry about
I appreciate that.
That's how they do those things. Those aren't even real contracts.
Yeah, listen, I appreciate that. I'd prefer the salary anyway.
I didn't do that. Hey, buddy, I didn't do that either. Don't worry about it.
Know.
It's not that big of a
At least you got a red jacket.
It wasn't that important.
Well, I technically haven't retired, so you never know.
That's a good one.
When you look at your running game, what was the difference yesterday versus previous weeks where you guys were really able to take advantage of making some big plays in your running game?
Well, I mean, I think that's really what it comes down to is being able to break a couple of those. And we knew going in it was going to be tough sledding. It's a good run defense. It's a good defense. It's big physical defense. And I thought the way that the game was, it allowed us to stay in that mode of being able to stay balanced and run the football. And, there were some clunkers in there. I get it. And I've been through that before. And then you break one. And then obviously at the end of the game, they're being able to break the one there in the 5 minutes. So I think it just comes down to, when you hit those big ones in this league or any league, you're going to have to block the secondary and somebody's going to have to make somebody miss or break a tackle. Like that's just kind of what happened. So I think we were able to get the secondary force, and then we ran away from the guy that we needed to, that we didn't have blocked.
You appreciate TreVeyon checking with you on the go-ahead on going into the end zone on that?
Well, I mean, obviously, we didn't want to – when in those situations, we don't want to run out of bounds, but the score gets a little different. I mean, they had 2 timeouts left. So I think that being able to do that for TreVeyon was the right thing. I'm glad that, he checked and was conscious of it. It just, when we get into those situations out in the field, we want to be conscious of staying in bounds. So I think he did exactly what we asked him to do. They still had 2 timeouts. We know how hard it is to score against these guys inside the 5-yard line.
Mike, Courtney here. TreVeyon for...
I figured as much, Courtney.
Okay.
I didn't think that Curtis's voice had gotten any higher.
I just wanted to make sure.
Actually, after what you said to him last week, it got very. It got very.
I actually told the employee to say he got in an accident, so we didn't have to be in person today. So
he's fine, and thanks for asking.
Good.
When it comes to
it was a single car accident that he ran into the guardrail, apparently.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It was rainy out there this morning, so
Be careful.
thinking of Maddie. When it comes to TreVeyon, a lot of people calling this his coming out performance. Where do you stand on that, and should we expect to see a lot more from him moving forward?
Well, I hope we expect to see a lot more from everybody. You know, I mean, that's what we're going to need. We're going to need great performances from our coaching staff, from our players, from everybody involved. I don't, coming out party. I mean, TreVeyon's had some good plays that really helped us, but being able to hit a couple home runs yesterday was critical.
You went for it end of the third quarter on 4th and 5. You got first and goal, about a minute and 30 seconds left in the half, and you got the kind of sneak that's not intended to get in. Those decisions, I think, looking at them from the outside, we sit here and go, wow, this guy's got big giant cojones. Mm-hmm. How is it when it comes to you making those decisions in game? Are you always going to tend to go for it?
I mean, I think just based on what I felt like we needed, and to be able to, we were going to need to score some points, and I didn't know if the field goal right there was going to be enough, and felt good about our guys. And when critical situations, you think about players and not plays, and so in that situation, Drake and Diggs came through and made that decision the right one.
Mike, you always talk about how hard it is to win in the NFL, but a sign of a good football team is being able to win a number of ways and win on the road. What was your message to the team after a win down in Tampa to show like, hey, we are a good football team and we know how difficult it is to win in this league week in and week out?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily tell them that we're a good football team. I mean, I don't mean it like that. I just say, like, that's not part of the message. The message yesterday was that this is Wednesday night, and tomorrow morning it's going to be Thursday, and we have to think of it like that. As you continue to perform in this league and win, and each and every week gets bigger and bigger and more important. And I'm proud of the fact that we went on the road against a good team. Competed, made enough plays to help us win, can still find ways to improve and have to improve in areas. But it was about, making sure that we're doing everything we can to win the physical recovery matchup against the Jets this week.
Mike, the performance from Steph Diggs yesterday was excellent again. Obviously, a big role in the passing game and took the lick to get the onside kick to seal the win. What is it about him that you may have did you expect this from him? And the second part is the unselfish nature of your receiving core week to week, where yesterday Matt Collins has a big day, Pop Douglas doesn't have quite the numbers, and the ability of those guys to accept their roles. Is that from Steph Diggs? Do you think that his leadership has allowed those other guys to do that?
I think it was just providing a competitive environment. I think that it's proven that most of the time that when you're open, the quarterback's going to be able to get you the ball, and that's proven to be factual. So I think that they support each other. I think they realize that this is what it's going to be, that everybody's going to play and everybody's going to have a role, and each and every week you have to just be ready for when those things come up. And certainly Steph is leading that group, and Mac is, and I appreciate that. And Todd Downing's, done a really good job of making sure that those guys are prepared for multiple positions and multiple spots. And we're going to need all that we can get here, moving forward until Keyshawn's back, and then we'll continue to do what we've done.
On the Drake interception, looked like you were telling him to calm down before that play. Is that just a young quarterback who's trying to force a play there?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just, extending down in the red zone and making a bad decision. And, understand that if it's not there, if the play's not there that we had designed, and if he didn't like it, well, then that's sometimes happens. And then you extend, and then now when you extend, you got to make great decisions, and that wasn't one of them.
Drake struggled a little bit when the weather turned, the rain, obviously a factor. How do you make sure that gets better as the season goes on if you have more games with bad weather?
Yeah, we just make sure we don't play in bad weather games, Courtney. I can control that too.
Okay.
So
I just didn't know if you had like a rain simulator at practice. I don't know. Technology.
I do the 30-minute. I got the 30-minute mass the night before the game, so we're good. I'll pray for good weather.
There you go. Use the wet balls. Mike, you always talk.
Excuse me. Go ahead. What?
No, I was going to say. What, use the wet balls?
Yes, I got you. Yes,
oh, okay.
I understand.
Mike, you always talk about.
I think it was singular. I don't think it was plural. This is the wet ball.
Right.
You always talk about, being able to fix some of the issues, some of the mistakes that you might have made throughout the game. If you look at the first touchdown by Njigba, was it like a blown coverage? It looked like you guys might have been in man and Marcus Jones might have thought it was his own call. Is this something that, based off of looking at the...
No, everybody knew what the call was.
Okay.
Everybody knew what the call was. It just wasn't executed correctly. And, giving them credit, they made a play. We didn't.
Mike, last week you said that after the deadline that you can't be half pregnant. Either a deal is done or it's not. Were you trying to get pregnant and deals fell through? Or was this something where you approached the deadline and saw the amount of picks that you needed to hit on next year and you saw that they were too valuable to give up for short-term rentals?
Well, I don't think, and again, I guess I'm trying to be funny sometimes. I don't know. I'm just saying, it either gets done or it doesn't. Everybody in the personnel department worked, and tried to be diligent, but we didn't feel like just adding players to add players. There was conversations about different things, and those things didn't work out. And, just decided that it wasn't the right thing for us. And, that's kind of where it was. And so, moving forward here, we'll have to find ways to, especially this week on a short week, figure out who we have, who's available, and where we can try to, add some players or use some players from the practice squad.
There was some talk that the philosophy is kind of this is just year one of a bunch of them. Is that kind of the way you guys are looking at it down there?
Well, it is. It is year one. We're not going to be able to change that. I don't think that, I think that we're just trying to make good, sound decisions for the football team, for our players, for everybody involved. And when we feel like there's good decisions to be made, we'll try to make them. But, I wouldn't read into too much of that. I just think that it was kind of how it went. And, we're going to do everything we can each and every week to win, to put our guys in a good position, try to manage the game and let them go make plays and continue to grow.
Always like to give you the chance on this show to clear things up that are floating around out in the ether. And there was a report last week that the Titans owner, Amy Adams Strunk, was unwilling to talk trades with this team. Is that accurate, or is that just nonsense?
I haven't talked to Amy since the day she fired me. So her name and my name should not be in the same sentence together, because I haven't talked to her since the day she fired me.
You keep bringing up the short week. Obviously, after the game, you kept talking about how the guys earned being tired. How do you balance getting ready for the Jets on Thursday while also making sure these guys are well rested?
Yeah, there's not going to be much physical activity. Be like like a normal week at Wiggy's house. There's not going to be a lot of physical activity.
That's a good one. Not much activity there.
And so we just have to try to get the mental prep. And again, all hands are on deck this morning. Jim, Baum, and Frank and everybody in their staff. And, I mean, all hands are on deck this morning so that we can get guys in, get them through massages, get them through treatment, get them through a recovery lift. Everything that we could possibly do, we're going to try to do and offer. We've tried to schedule guys out so there's a flow chart that everybody can get in and get, work through the day because, guys come in at 11:30 and say, well, hey, there's not a massage available. Well, yeah, that's because there's veterans that are here, so we have to start some of these younger guys in here earlier. So, again, I'm proud of what the plan that we had in place. Didn't want to look too far ahead, but some of this stuff you have to plan for and say, hey, make sure we're signing up for this is when you're going to start your recovery on Monday. Work through the different modalities that we have, and then we'll have a squad at 1 o'clock, some meetings, and walk through and get them some more rest and kind of do the same thing on Tuesday.
Couldn't see it that well on television yesterday. How is the Movember stash coming in?
Not bad.
Okay.
I mean, not bad. I think that, if by the end of this week, it should be pretty good. But, it is important. We understand how important our health is and certainly being able to focus on the prostate cancer and men's health, and thankful for Gillette for supporting us and what we do here. And, Big T going through it, I think, makes it even more special and near and dear to our heart. And I think there's some other people here around the building that are partaking in it. They just, may not be as dark as mine, but Stretch is rocking it, and there's other people in the building that are rocking the stash too. So we'll be in full force.
You might tell me to pump the brakes, but does this team remind you at all of the 2001 team?
Yeah, like that poor guy that got into the accident. He needed to pump the brakes here a little bit this morning, but no. I mean, that team in 2001, it was 5-5, won 9 games after Thanksgiving. I do think that the season starts now. The NFL season, this is when it starts, and we'll have to be playing our best each and every week to give ourselves a chance. And so, the comparisons and things are kind of interesting, but we know that they're not that important.
Mike, there was a point in time where they showed us on the broadcast yesterday, late in the game, had you talking to the defense and looked like it was a passionate conversation, maybe after a touchdown. What was your message to the defense in that moment?
I don't remember. Play better. Cover, tackle, rush. Play better.
Well, they had the broadcast, Romo and Nance. They had a clone graphic of Drake May and Tom Brady, and in 01, showing how identical the numbers were. So maybe, are you seeing anything? I know obviously you're not going to say he's Tom Brady, and he's not. Is there anything about Drake May that gives you faith that he's someone that's not going to get too high when things are going well, and that he has a mindset similar to other great quarterbacks in the past?
So their numbers in 2001 were the same?
So there was the completion percentage, there was touchdown to interception, I don't know the rest of them, but it was a graphic playing on the Brady cloning of his dog, and they said, is this a clone?
Eerily similar.
Yeah.
Eerily similar.
Oh. Yeah, no, I don't worry about Drake. I think that he's going to stay motivated, stay committed to this football team, and he understands how difficult it is in this league and the matchups and the things that he has to do. And I'm excited that he continues to lead this team and have success, and we'll just focus on what we have this week with the Jets, and he was already preparing last night on the plane.
Awesome. All right. Well,
I was just going to say it was a very nice moment and showed what type of coach you are when Christian Barmore went down and you were holding his hand. A lot of people talking about that after, but it was a nice moment to watch you and a player.
These guys put a lot out there for us. These guys, this is about the players. It always will be, and I don't want to see any of them go down. I don't. And so, they go out there and. Again, I was getting tired. We had some guys go down yesterday. I was getting tired going out there, but if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. But it was great to meet your husband last week too, Courtney. I appreciate him coming up and saying hello, and it was nice to meet him.
That was very nice. He was very nervous coming up to you. I was half asleep when he got home and told me, and he said he was shaking going up. I said, "Well, I'm sure you nailed it."
Is he at all bothered by the amount of times that you have said on this show how attractive Mike Vrabel is?
No, see, you're twisting words now.
No, I'm not twisting words.
There was a lead about how a lot of people, both men and women, are talking about how he's the most attractive coach in the NFL, and apparently the men on this program don't have eyes.
I don't know if that's true or not. You got to have a pretty specific type then, if that's the case. But anyways, he was awesome. It was nice to meet him. And you guys may have a great family.
Thank you.
Well, we will quick turnaround this week, so we will let you and Stretch get to work, Coach. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm not working Friday for you guys, right? We're not coming Thursday. It doesn't go into Friday, right?
I mean, it would be nice. I think
no. We're not. You're not getting. Yep. If it's not on the schedule, I'm not doing it.
All right. We'll do.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
We'll be down there Monday. We'll be down there.
Perfect.
Monday. All right, Coach.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
That's Mike Vrabel, the